In a heartfelt confession that left millions in tears, Catherine bravely revealed the raw and painful details of her battle against cancer. The Princess of Wales stunned the world with a message filled with vulnerability and honesty. Her words captured the depth of her courage as she faced one of life's most challenging battles. This was not just a royal announcement, it was a window into Catherine's soul, exposing her fears, hopes, and the relentless fight she is enduring. Her confession stirred a wave of empathy and left everyone wondering what lies ahead. The news of Catherine's cancer diagnosis struck like a bolt from the blue. Known for her seemingly boundless energy, grace, and commitment to duty, Catherine had long been admired as a vibrant public figure. Hearing that she was now facing a battle against cancer was as unexpected as it was heartbreaking. Despite her demanding life filled with charity work, royal duties, and raising her young children, Catherine had always balanced her responsibilities with elegance. However, her diagnosis forced her to pause and re-evaluate everything, particularly the relentless public obligations that had once defined her role. Many had viewed Catherine as untouchable, an emblem of strength and grace who carried herself with dignity despite the scrutiny of her position as the future Queen of England. Yet, by openly sharing her deeply personal fight against an illness that spares no one, she shattered the illusion of invincibility often associated with the monarchy. Her revelation exposed her humanity, reminding the world that even those in the highest positions face struggles as raw and profound as anyone else. Within the royal family, the impact of Catherine's diagnosis was equally profound. The monarchy, known for keeping its private affairs closely guarded, found itself unable to shield this deeply personal matter from public awareness. From King Charles to the youngest family members, the news reverberated with painful significance. The family shifted its focus, rearranging schedules to provide Catherine with the space and support she needed. Prince William, always her steadfast partner, took on a larger share of public engagements, stepping into a more prominent role while also becoming her emotional anchor and a fierce advocate for her well-being. In the days following her announcement, the media turned its full attention to Catherine's journey. Headlines chronicled every detail, and royal experts speculated about the implications of her diagnosis for the royal family and their future. Many questioned how the princess would balance her battle against cancer with the demands of her public life. Even more pressing was the question of how her family would adapt to the shifting dynamics brought on by her sudden illness. Though Catherine's journey is still in its early stages, her openness has already reshaped the royal narrative. She has paved the way for a deeper connection between the monarchy and the public. As she prepares for the next steps in her treatment, the world clings to each update as if it were a message from a dear friend. Her battle against cancer is no longer just a personal struggle but a poignant story of strength and vulnerability that leaves everyone bracing for the challenges yet to come. When Catherine first received her diagnosis, she stood at an emotional crossroads. The shock was overwhelming, and the questions seemed endless. How would this affect her life, her family, and her role as the future Queen of England? In those early days, she leaned on her closest support system, her family. Prince William became her unwavering anchor, offering constant strength and comfort as she grappled with the reality of her condition. For both Catherine and her family, the diagnosis forced a re-evaluation of everything they once took for granted. They shifted their priorities to ensure her health and well-being came above all else. Catherine's initial steps in coping were marked by quiet moments of introspection and rebalancing. She realized the constant pull of public duties, charity engagements, and royal appearances would need to take a backseat. For someone as dedicated as Catherine, stepping back was no easy feat. Her responsibilities to the crown and her deep sense of duty had always driven her forward. Now, her focus had to turn inward, and it became a period of adjustment where each day felt like a small victory in processing the vast changes unfolding in her life. Family dinners became sacred moments, and time spent at home offered her a safe space to gather strength. Choosing to share her diagnosis with the world was a significant step, and it was one Catherine did not take lightly. She understood the power of vulnerability and believed that by revealing her struggle, she could foster a sense of unity and inspire strength in others facing similar challenges. This decision was her way of connecting with the millions of people who had supported her and showing them that she, too, was navigating the same fears and uncertainties they might know all too well. Announcing her illness brought an unexpected sense of relief, lifting a weight off her shoulders. Sharing her diagnosis allowed her to embrace her journey openly rather than in silence. By speaking up, she invited others to share their own stories of struggle and resilience, creating a sense of solidarity. In these early days, empathy and community support became lifelines for Catherine. Knowing that others stood with her gave her renewed determination to face each day. The words and gestures of well-wishers were not just expressions of goodwill but also powerful sources of strength, reminding her of the collective support surrounding her. This overwhelming compassion created a sense of purpose that extended beyond her personal battle. For the first time, Catherine truly felt at the center of public compassion, and it moved her deeply. Within her family, her vulnerability fostered an environment of profound emotional support. William worked tirelessly to keep her spirits high, even on days when her diagnosis seemed overwhelming. Her children, though young, provided a comforting sense of normalcy. Despite the heavy fog of treatment, moments of laughter and joy brought much-needed lightness. Her family understood that sometimes the best support came not from words but from simply being present. Whether it was an encouraging smile from William, a drawing from her daughter, or a warm embrace at the end of the day, these small acts of love made all the difference. This shift in perspective led Catherine to re-evaluate her relationship with public service. Her work with health-related charities and her advocacy for mental health awareness took on new significance. More than ever, she recognized the importance of supporting those facing health challenges. Her personal journey with cancer added authenticity and a deeper connection to her advocacy efforts, resonating strongly with those she had touched through her charity work. For Catherine, this journey reinforced her commitment to using her platform for good. Each passing day strengthened her resilience, and her experiences transformed her view of what it meant to be a royal in the public eye. By allowing people to see her vulnerabilities, she fostered a deeper connection with her supporters. This openness humanized her and created a bond that extended beyond her title. As she moved into the next phase of her journey, Catherine's determination to fight became increasingly evident. The initial days of confusion and shock gave way to a fierce resolve, bolstered by the empathy and solidarity surrounding her. With her family, supporters, and an ever-growing community, she felt fortified and ready to face the long road ahead. Behind the closed doors of Anmar Hall, her battle against cancer unfolded in moments that were as quiet as they were heart-wrenching. While the world offered support from afar, her family bore the truest struggles. Each day brought fresh challenges and raw emotions, testing the strength of the bonds that held them together. Prince William, determined to support her at every step, took on the role of her primary caregiver, shouldering the weight of Catherine's illness with unwavering dedication. This period marked a profound shift in William's life as he stepped away from certain royal duties to devote himself fully to his family. At home, his focus was unwaveringly on Catherine and their children. While he had faced public scrutiny and the demands of royal life before, nothing could have prepared him for the fear of potentially losing his wife to a relentless illness. Despite this, he remained strong in private, offering Catherine unwavering encouragement on her darkest days. However, those close to the family noted the strain in his eyes. It was evident that William's love for Catherine and his devotion to their family had only deepened, fueling his determination to be her pillar of strength during this turbulent time. Their children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, had to grow up quickly in the shadow of their mother's illness. Although they may not have fully grasped the gravity of the situation, they sensed the tension in the household and instinctively understood that their mother was battling something serious. George, the eldest, displayed a quiet maturity, taking on a new sense of responsibility by watching over his younger siblings. Even as a child, he seemed to understand that his family needed him to be strong. Charlotte, with her nurturing spirit, found ways to keep Catherine's spirits high, often making her laugh with stories from school or gifting her handmade cards adorned with drawings and heartfelt notes. Louis, the youngest, brought innocent joy to the family, his laughter and playful moments offering brief reprieves from their struggles. Close friends played a crucial role during this challenging time, rallying around Catherine to provide her with companionship and support without adding to her burden. They often visited Anmar Hall, helping with daily routines or caring for the children. These simple acts, preparing meals, offering a listening ear, or lending a comforting shoulder, became lifelines for the family. Each gesture was a reminder of the deep love and care that surrounded Catherine as she fought her battle. Together, the family and their friends created a strong support system that allowed Catherine to prioritize her health without feeling overwhelmed. Life at Anmar Hall took on a new rhythm as the family adjusted to a routine marked by hospital visits, treatment sessions, and periods of recovery. Despite the emotional and physical toll, they found solace in small rituals like family dinners, movie nights, or walks in the countryside. For Catherine, these moments offered grounding and stability amid the whirlwind of challenges she faced. Though sadness and fear were inevitable companions, the family faced them with unspoken understanding, drawing strength from their shared commitment to one another. Catherine cherished quiet moments, watching George help Charlotte with her homework or Louis's spontaneous laughter lightening the somber atmosphere. These moments, though fragile, brought a sense of normalcy that felt both precious and vital. Catherine's illness brought her and William closer together, strengthening their bond as they faced the ordeal side by side. Their late-night conversations, shared tears, and mutual encouragement deepened their relationship. The resilience of their family shone brightest in these private moments, with Anmar Hall becoming a sanctuary of love and strength. Away from the demands of royal duties and public appearances, the family forged a new reality where love, empathy, and unity became their most powerful tools against an uncertain future. A significant turning point came when Catherine shared a deeply personal confession about her battle. After months of keeping her fears private, she spoke openly about the thoughts that had haunted her since her diagnosis. She admitted to fearing that she might not be there to see her children grow, guide them through life's challenges, or share in their achievements. Her words, raw and honest, moved many, revealing not only her own vulnerability but also the universal fears tied to illness. In quieter moments, doubts had crept in about her ability to fulfill her roles as a mother, wife, and public figure. Her confession was a poignant reminder of the strength and fragility that define the human experience, resonating deeply with all who heard it. The feelings of helplessness weighed heavily on her, and Catherine was unafraid to admit there were days when she felt less capable and more fragile than ever before. Yet, despite these fears, her courage shone through in her willingness to be honest with the world and share the full picture of her journey, not just the polished image seen in public. By revealing her innermost fears, she connected with millions on a deeply human level. Her confession reminded people that cancer is not just a medical diagnosis, it is an emotional and mental journey that challenges one's very sense of identity. Through her openness, Catherine bridged the gap between her royal title and the common struggles that so many face in the fight against illness. Catherine's authenticity resonated with countless individuals who saw themselves in her words. Her story became more than just a royal narrative, it transformed into a shared experience that inspired strength and empathy across communities. By exposing her vulnerabilities, Catherine showed the world a side of herself that few had seen before. This level of openness was a departure from the usual reserve associated with the monarchy, yet it felt natural to her. She recognized that by being honest about her struggles, she was helping herself process the journey while providing solace and encouragement to others grappling with similar fears. Her confession was a gift to those who felt alone, a reminder that they were not facing this battle in isolation. This turning point also marked a moment of liberation for Catherine. By admitting the fears she had previously kept hidden, she allowed herself to let go of the pressure to appear unbreakable. She embraced the fact that it was okay to feel uncertain, to have days of doubt, and to ask for help. This newfound acceptance enabled her to approach each day with a sense of peace and strength that came from embracing her true self. Her honesty became a source of inner power, carrying her forward in her journey. Catherine's courage to open up had a ripple effect on those closest to her. Friends, family members, and even strangers felt more at ease sharing their own stories and fears after witnessing her bravery. Her confession sparked conversations about vulnerability, mental health, and the importance of community support. By confronting her fears publicly, Catherine became a symbol of strength, encouraging others to face their challenges with similar determination and honesty. In the days following her confession, messages of solidarity poured in from around the world. This raw and transformative moment marked a new chapter in her battle against cancer, one fueled by connection, authenticity, and unwavering support. At the heart of Catherine's journey was a close-knit circle of friends, family, and trusted medical professionals who stood by her through every step. This collective, including King Charles, Queen Camilla, and experts, became her foundation, offering emotional and practical support as she navigated the realities of her diagnosis and treatment. Their unwavering commitment gave her the strength to keep fighting, even on days when the weight of her battle felt nearly unbearable. Prince William provided constant emotional reassurance, taking on more duties at home to ensure Catherine could focus on her health. From attending doctor's appointments by her side to rearranging his public schedule to be more available, William's dedication became an inspiring example of love in action. His quiet support and determination to shield her from external pressures brought Catherine the peace and security she needed. Her extended family also rallied around her. Catherine's sister, Pippa, became a regular visitor at Anmer Hall, frequently stepping in to help care for Catherine's children when she needed rest or a break from her motherly duties. Pippa's presence gave her the freedom to focus on her recovery, knowing her children were in loving hands. Catherine's mother, Carol, was another pillar of strength, often arriving with home-cooked meals and comforting routines that reminded Catherine of simpler, happier times. Catherine's close friends, many of whom she had known long before her days in the spotlight, rallied around her with unwavering support. They respected her need for privacy and refrained from speaking publicly about her condition, allowing Catherine to retain control over her narrative. These friends visited regularly, often bringing her favorite books, handmade blankets, and heartfelt letters to lift her spirits. Their visits were filled with laughter, memories, and moments of joy that provided much-needed reprieve from the intensity of her treatment. Among this steadfast circle of support was a dedicated team of medical professionals who cared for her with the utmost compassion. Catherine's doctors and nurses emphasized trust and empathy in their approach, offering clear communication about her treatment process and patiently addressing her concerns. This fostered an environment in which Catherine felt empowered to make informed decisions about her health. Beyond their professional duties, the medical team showed kindness in small but meaningful ways, offering encouragement and support during her most challenging moments. One nurse left a lasting impression by placing a small stuffed animal, a token from her own young daughter, on Catherine's hospital bed before a difficult procedure. These gestures reminded Catherine of the many individuals personally invested in her well-being, giving her the strength to continue her battle. Catherine's journey has profoundly impacted her children, who have risen to the challenge with remarkable maturity and resilience. Each child has found their own way to support their mother, building a foundation of strength that reminds her why she continues to fight so hard. At just 10 years old, Prince George has demonstrated a sensitivity and protectiveness beyond his years. Understanding the gravity of his mother's illness, he began caring for his younger siblings, Charlotte and Louis, with quiet maturity. He helped with tasks around the house and offered reassurance during uncertain moments. His small acts of kindness, like bringing Catherine tea on difficult days or sitting by her with a book, revealed an understanding and empathy that deeply moved her. Princess Charlotte, at 8 years old, mirrored her mother's strength and compassion with her nurturing nature. On days when Catherine's energy waned, Charlotte stayed close, creating handmade notes and colorful drawings signed with love. These tokens became cherished keepsakes, lifting Catherine's spirits with their heartfelt messages. Meanwhile, 4-year-old Prince Louis brought light and joy to the family with his playful personality. Though too young to fully grasp the seriousness of his mother's illness, his laughter and uninhibited curiosity provided a balm for the family, filling their home with warmth and love. Together, George, Charlotte, and Louis have grown closer, leaning on one another during Catherine's treatments and creating a sense of unity that strengthens their family bond. Their shared experience has offered Catherine emotional support, with each smile, hug, and quiet act of love serving as a beacon of hope. Confronting cancer has led Catherine to reflect deeply on her mortality and legacy, reshaping her understanding of what truly matters. Her illness has brought a heightened appreciation for life's fleeting beauty and the importance of cherishing every moment. Simple exchanges, laughter around the family table, and quiet evenings with William by her side have taken on newfound significance, becoming more precious than any public recognition or title. This experience has clarified her hopes for the future, as Catherine is now more determined than ever to use her platform to raise awareness about cancer prevention and mental health. She hopes to inspire others to prioritize their well-being, face their fears, and take proactive steps for their health. By sharing her vulnerability, Catherine aims to leave a legacy of courage and openness, encouraging early detection and fostering resilience. While uncertainty remains, her reflections have imbued her with a sense of purpose that transcends her royal duties. Each day is now an opportunity to make a lasting impact, both publicly and privately. This new perspective has strengthened her resolve and shaped the legacy she is building, one of compassion, resilience, and unwavering love.